Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Get Cooking.
Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? Good, I
I
hope.
think
Are
so.
we staying hydrated? It's getting hot.
Definitely. Now we have a
Fast.
special guest tonight. Alex is joining us in the kitchen, so we're so excited to have Alex with us.
Celebrity joining us today.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
So three of us are going to cook for you tonight. Now, I have to say, I look at the menu and I go, egg rolls. Are
Yeah,
we really making egg?
we're making egg rolls. Traditional egg. Okay.
Okay, so
So
tell me how I'm going to
Trying to
love this.
stay along the theme of St. Patrick's Day, we're going to do some Irish egg rolls, right?
Okay.
So
What makes them Irish?
the corned beef.
Okay.
And
Sounds
cabbage.
good to me.
Corned beef and cabbage,
Okay,
right?
I'm just questioning, but I guess you guys are all excited to make them. I don't know how many people make them at home. So it's definitely something we're gonna
This will
show.
also make it Irish
Oh,
because we're going to
Guinness.
make a dipping sauce with it.
Ooh, that sounds good. That's always good if you could throw beer in there.
Well, so again, what we're trying to do is teach you just other ways to elevate simple things, right?
Right.
So this one is another way that we can show you how to take basic ingredients
Yeah.
and elevate it to the next level. And wow, your guests.
Okay.
Because when your guests come over and they say, and you say egg rolls, right?
They might
Then you
think that's an
go,
appetizer.
what in the world? Right?
Exactly.
But there's a way that we can make this work, right? So we're gonna braise some cabbage at the end of it making a dish. If we wanted to make it a little heartier, just add some potato to it. And now we have an actual full-on entree meal, right?
Okay.
So something that's simple, something that's easy. We are going to add potato to the egg roll itself, but we're going to use a hash brown so that it's thin. It's noticeable, but it's not impeding to the rest of the ingredients.
Right, it's not as thick or it's much smaller pieces, so.
Well, and as
definitely
we-
blends in.
Right, and as we work through, we want to make sure that like ingredients are like ingredients. When we're rolling an egg roll, we don't want a chunk of potato,
Right,
right? So if you wanted to do roasted potatoes, steamed red potatoes, you could throw a baked potato on the side. It's all relative, right? So all these things can equate to a nice.
and a great idea to add a potato as a side if you have kids, because they may not want to eat the cabbage, so that could be something too.
They may not want to eat the
I'm
cabbage.
just saying.
You may not want them to eat the cabbage.
That's true too.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, okay.
Mise en place,
mise en place,
right? So
let's
if you're
get going.
joining us for the first time, we've got to make sure all our mise en place is set up, and that means everything in its place. We got some onions, some shallots, some carrots, some shredded potatoes. We have some cabbage. I saved this so I can show you an easy way to get that done.
Okay,
Over here we have a pot with some oil in it. This is going to be for our frying station. We're going to braise our cabbage in something like this, and then we're going to create our sauce, right? So first and foremost, what we want to do, let's get our cabbage going.
okay, sounds like
So
it.
with our head of the cabbage, pretend this is whole, right? And we look at it and it's whole, we cut it in half. If we quarter it like such, and then you can just take out that heart right there because you can chew. I mean, you can try to chew it all you want to, but you'll never get there. Not happening.
Don't try that at home.
Yeah, see, right? So that's the thing. So the easiest way is to cut it in half, quarter it, and then you saw all I did was wedge out, take that out. So that's simple, right? So looking at our ingredients, what are we trying to do? Are we going to shred it like this? We could if we want to, but is this going to work well in our egg roll? No. So we're going to want to cut this in half so that way when we break it down, and we're going to keep fairly thicker shreds here because we're going to braise it. So it's going to break down. If we were going to serve this as a side, I would just dice it up and make it a bigger chunk like this.
Okay, so it's more hearty.
As opposed to a shred, right?
Okay.
But since we're going to braise it and we're going to put it into an egg roll, we want to make sure it's going to fit in our wonton wrapper.
Absolutely, makes perfect sense, I get it.
And that's that, right? So what we're going to want to do is get our saute pan. We want to get it nice and hot. We're going to saute it first. So we're going to need a little bit of oil.
Is that a little light?
Yeah, it's okay. And this is gonna be, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a little bit of shallot and some onion, right, before we add our cabbage. Remember, our cabbage has lots of water content in it, so it's gonna release lots of water while we're cooking. So we wanna make sure that we're mindful to that, right?
Absolutely.
Get this going. Good amount of onion, good amount of shallots. Make sure we're saving some for our Guinness dipping sauce, because that's important.
Oh, that's a good
That's
add to that.
important.
Absolutely. For anyone who doesn't routinely join us, difference between a shallot and a white onion.
So,
Just
there's a lot of
huge
difference,
flavor
right? Yeah,
profile.
huge flavor profile. And you've noticed over the seasons, we use a lot of shallots because of that flavor profile. The shallot is like a cross between a garlic and a red onion,
Great.
right? So,
And the combination together, a lot of times we'll cook with one or the other, but tonight, kind of different that we're cooking with both.
so when you're cooking an onion, you want to use a yellow onion, not a white onion.
Okay,
Okay, so this is a yellow
Yellow.
onion, a sweet onion.
this looks like, I mean, whiter, yep.
It looks white. So,
Okay, I'm with you.
but again,
Yeah.
there's a difference, right? So your white onion would be something that you would see in like a pico de gallo, your cilantro,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So you eat that fresh, raw.
Got it.
Red onion, same thing. You typically want to eat a red onion raw.
Yep, I like it in salad.
On a salad, yeah, absolutely. They work well cooking, but not the same. So this has a little more sugar into it, so it caramelizes it.
Ooh, that's a good.
So that's a difference,
So
right?
that's why they yellow onion, if you're cooking like this.
Yes.
Good to
And,
know.
and today's show is brought to you in part by Hexclad, brand new cookware here, brought to you in part by the Rider Elite team. We want to make sure we want to throw out to Chef Ramsay for helping us out today. Thank you so much. Hi, Chef.
And we're gonna let everybody know how they work.
Super excited about this. You have no idea. It's like Christmas right now for me, because I'm a chef. And this is something that I love. So we want to make sure, remember, we're sauteing, high heat, little bit of fat, right? We're wanting to caramelize the onions. We want to extract the sugars as fast as possible by maintaining that. Right?
Okay.
So putting a spoon there, Beth. Just to break some of this up here. I know our Hexclad is doing a very good job at non-stick, so I appreciate that.
We're testing them out just in case they're good client gifts for all of you.
Oh, no, Ramsay, thank you. I appreciate this.
Okay.
All right, so now that we got a good saute going, right, you see there's a good amount, there's some good caramelization happening, right? And we don't have to cook it all the way to the onions are completely translucent, but you see a lot of them are translucent, right?
Right.
Some of them that are a little bit thicker, not so much, that's okay, but it's gonna break down as we braise, right?
Wonderful.
So we're gonna add our cabbage. And it's not all gonna fit in at once because it'll shrink as it cooks.
Absolutely.
So it's something I want to do. And then we'll be able to add our other cabbage here in just a moment. So we're gonna do a little bit of salt and pepper in here. Make sure you get those onions off the bottom of that pan. You don't want to burn them.
Seeing that there's really no liquid in there.
Not yet,
Okay.
right? We're gonna add some. But we're gonna, again, we're still working on high heat. We're gonna start extracting the water from the cabbage.
Okay.
And then we're gonna add some more cabbage to it. And then we're gonna put a little bit of beer in there and we're gonna let it reduce down.
Oh,
Okay, so we're gonna let it cook. We're gonna let it work for us as we're working. That's the key. Okay?
perfect.
So when we do working in the kitchen, we want to make sure that when there's multiple things to get done, let's have something work for us while we're working.
How's everybody doing at home? Are you guys all caught up? Got your cabbage in? Everybody started?
Marianne just came in to try to everyone.
Hi, Marianne. Good to see
Hi.
you.
Are we staying hydrated? That's important. It's already 105 degrees.
It's not,
It's a big swimming season all year round here in Arizona. It's a problem. All right, well, let's let this break down a little bit. Let's go ahead and get our saucepan
and what's
going.
our heat while we're breaking this down? So everybody
We're
knows?
still on high right now.
Okay.
And the reason is we want to reduce this cabbage as much is because I have a lot more cabbage to add.
Okay,
Okay, so when we break this down, then we can add it to it and then they'll continue to cook and it'll be just fine before we're done.
perfect.
So then we're gonna get our sauce going because we're gonna want our sauce to reduce also, right?
Okay.
So we're gonna need a little bit of oil.
Wish you guys could smell this right now. If there was a way to smell through Zoom, you guys would all be in heaven. This is insane.
Really want to created it, we just haven't been.
We need
able
a Zoom smell.
Just haven't been able to mimic it. That's
But
all.
no.
So a little bit of
Unmuted.
oil in there.
I think we need yourselves on that.
They're cooking some
Is there any
cabbage.
stats in them?
We supposed to cook the cabbage?
Yeah, just that right
You
there.
can throw the whole works into something and cook it.
Hey,
Smells so good. Three ingredients.
I know, exactly.
So we got onion in there. Our shallot in there, or oil in our shallot. We're gonna saute this real quick, real fast.
That's a lot of shallots. That's one tablespoon of shallots that guy's got right there. Yeah, the whole bottom of the camp.
Another key piece here, what we're gonna do is while this is sauteing, we're gonna add our thyme. Now you can take the time.
To take the.
You can
stems off.
take the time to take the stems off. Me, I don't really care about it, so I just throw it in there. Why?
And
Because
it's application.
it's easy just to pick it out when we're ready to go. Okay? So as we cook, the stems will stay whole, but the leaves will fall off. So as our sauce is reducing, we're gonna be able to, at the end, pull those stems out of there and still have a nice sauce.
Okay,
Right? So
that's good to know.
if you want to take the time to peel the thyme, absolutely. If you're like me and don't really worry about it, this is okay. The reason we're putting in right now is because we want to extract that flavor, right? We're wanting to really capture that.
Well, and you wouldn't know that because normally we would take the stems off. In most of our applications, we always would take them off.
Yeah, you're always
So
just
it's kind of
peeling,
an interesting.
always peeling the meat.
Yep.
All right, so one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little water to our cabbage, just so we can help speed the process up. Okay. Still on high heat. This is gonna steam and braise at the same time, because we're adding liquid. So once we add liquid to it, that's where the braising factor comes in. The steam factor comes in because of the high heat, right? So you see, we're getting a lot of good caramelization on it. And that's good, but we're wanting. Because that's flavor profile. Okay, we got a nice caramelization there. Pulled it off the heat because we don't want to burn it, but some say, oh, that's burnt. No, no, no. That's delicious right there. Okay. That's what we're looking for. So I'm gonna turn our heat down on our sauce. We're gonna want to add our handy yellow Guinness.
All right.
We're not gonna use all of it in our sauce because we're gonna want to save some for our cabbage.
Many of those on St. Patrick's Day.
Really?
Oh,
What's too many? He doesn't want to talk about it. That's okay. That's okay. We won't discuss that.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
That's okay.
No,
yeah.
we don't want to know.
Good beer though.
It is a good beer, right?
Good beer. Never cooked with it. I'm excited to see how this turns out.
So the beauty about Guinness is it's made with molasses,
Okay.
and that's a great flavor when you're cooking.
Oh,
So you add it to chicken, you add it to pork, you add it to beef, and it's incredible. So that's a huge thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think it's so thick. I mean, it's a thick beer, right?
Because of the molasses.
That's what I'm saying. It is thick. I don't know. You'd have to like go on a diet after that.
So a little tidbit for you. As dark as this is one of the most least BBA beers that you can.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, looks like we have a question in the chat
Hand
box.
raise. Go ahead, caller.
There, you know, substitute for beers such as chicken stock.
You can use chicken stock. You can use chicken stock and add some molasses to it. You can use chicken stock and you can add maple syrup to it. I wouldn't recommend Aunt Jemima's just because that's not real maple syrup. But if you had real maple syrup, you'll still start to get a little bit of the flavor that we're trying to get for the egg, right? Yeah. So that dipping sauce, that's a big piece.
But those are good. That's a great comment. If you did want to have the beer component to it, great way to get to the same flavor, to the same flavor.
Similar. Yeah,
Similar.
it's
I mean,
similar.
it's close enough.
The reason we're using the beer is because that flavor profile, the other ingredients that we're gonna add to that, it's really gonna go, holy cow.
Right.
All right, this worked very, very well.
Yeah,
So that's the
definitely.
beauty of it. All right, I'm adding more water to our cabbage because.
We have another question from our team.
Have we added the last of the cabbage?
Not yet. Our pan isn't quite big enough. We're not calling you out, Ramsey. We're just saying,
We
have a lot of
selected
cabbage.
smaller pan.
we have a good crew here tonight, so we gotta feed a little bit more people, which isn't a problem. So all I did was I added more water to again help break it down some more, right? If you throw a lid on there, that would help also. Because
Okay.
again, it's steaming it to break it down as fast as possible. So at this pace,
That was great.
we're gonna add a little bit of our Guinness into our cabbage here, and not a lot, but just a little bit, just to help with that flavor profile. Okay, I'm adding it to our sauce because again, we got a bigger crew here, so we're gonna need more dipping sauce.
For those eggs on.
All right. Now that we got that there, we got our cabbage going, we got our sauce working. We're gonna want to add our orange marmalade. Now this is huge, okay? This is
Yeah,
gonna,
it seems like an odd thing to add.
it is.
So tell me
So
what flavor is it really bringing into this?
here's upgrade. So you're gonna taste this, okay, on its own, which is gonna be mostly beer tasting. Right?
Tastes like beer,
Tastes like beer. but
Yeah.
we just put
like
it-
warm beer.
Just put it in there. Now, this is gonna add that citrus note.
Warm beer.
Yeah, I know, that's it. Okay, now we're gonna have
So-
citrus,
Yeah, we're gonna add, because marmalade has the zest of oranges,
right?
and it also has the gelatin in it, so it's gonna help thicken the sauce as it cooks.
So even that little bit changes the,
Oh, yes. As it reduces down, you're gonna notice a difference, which is
I
huge.
like that we have a sampling. to
Yeah.
try it.
That's good.
We'll just see the you're gonna see the difference.
Right, we're gonna see the difference.
So we added our
Yep.
orange, add our honey. We're gonna turn the heat up a little bit, just so it can come to a boil, and then we can reduce it down.
Absolutely. What I do like is that I would say in our cooking, we use honey more than I would think you would use it, but we've used it quite a bit in different dishes.
Even
And
the,
it has a lot of
remember,
flavor.
and even the agave, right? So we're using the agave syrup, so it's a sweetener that's not sugar.
Right,
It is a sugar, but it's not like white sugar or brown sugar. We're gonna
Exactly.
add a little brown sugar to this because we want that that sweetness note to it to
Right.
help take away the bitter from the Guinness, right? So that's a big piece to it.
and then we'll need a tip on brown sugar, how to make it not hard.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
really?
telling you, we
Okay.
just got a brand new pack in to give to the event tonight, and I look on my counter, and it's a rock
Okay.
from the grocery store.
Okay. Ready for this one? When you get brown sugar, store it in a container,
Yeah,
airtight. Put a piece of bread in there,
oh,
because bread is what? Moisture. So,
and it's not gonna get moldy. The bread's not gonna get
As long
moldy
as there's no water
in there.
to create moisture, then they won't get moldy. Because
Oh.
it's two dry ingredients together.
Together,
If there's any type of moisture in your container,
then the bread's gonna
Then
get
you'll
moldy,
go
then you know
moldy.
you,
Okay.
you let.
if you
moisture in.
have a rock like such. In our handy dandy microwave
And no moisture,
and no moisture.
okay. Well, cause you think there'd have to be moisture to it, I would think that.
We're gonna do 30 seconds. So what this does is this softens the brown sugar.
Okay. That's just a dilemma. When you go to buy it, you don't realize it, it's part of the rock. Now you brought it home and you don't want to go back to the store.
No, so if you zap it in the microwave
It should be okay.
and then put it in a container with a piece of bread, it should be good to go.
Okay. Awesome.
Good, yeah,
It is. Yeah.
yeah.
I would have thought for sure the bread got molded.
So we gotta do a little.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Well, and I didn't know what was gonna do, so.
And from our support staff, did we get a lot of hard? You had to put it in the microwave?
Oh, you knew that from already. There you go.
Thanks, Google. Very good. I love it. I love it. All right, we're gonna add a little more water in here because we want this to break down a little bit
We don't
more.
want to add our rest of our cabbage yet?
For us, we're gonna do it separate, just because we're gonna pull this, because for us, we need a little bit more.
Okay,
So, but this is it, right? So we wanna, so see how our cabbage, there's still a lot of pieces in
Yeah,
here that are
intact.
firm,
uh-huh.
right? We want it to be broken down a little bit more, but we're gonna add a little more water.
So it's at home, if you guys are seeing the same result, a little more water,
A little more beer, whatever, yeah.
whatever makes you.
A little more liquid to help break
Break
it
it
down
down.
faster. Yeah.
Steph, what's the difference between marmalade and jam?
So,
Okay, we got a rising star over there.
so you saw how hard that was, and in the microwave, look how soft it becomes. That brown sugar. We're gonna pull it off. To let it settle. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
So the microwave trick, awesome. Again, if you keep your brown sugar in a bag in the refrigerator, I don't recommend that. Put it in an airtight container. There's always a heel of bread around. Use the heel of bread. It's done, right? So super simple. And it'll stay as long as there's no moisture in your container. It's good to go.
That's a great trick. I'm sure everyone out there has a hard brown sugar dilemma.
The problem. How's everyone doing out there? Everyone doing okay? All right, before we get any further, our cabbage is breaking down a little bit more. Our sauce has just come to a boil, so we're gonna simmer. We want it to be as low as possible, which is it. We'll keep an eye on it. That's a pretty good simmer. I'm gonna move it to the side just a little bit.
This one's smaller.
We'll be all right.
Right?
Yep. Because again, you saw it, all I did was take it from.
Right from the center here.
Yep, so that's not contact to the whole bottom of the pan, but just the side so that that way it creates a constant heat in a smaller area.
Absolutely. What do you think, Alex? Your first time joining us?
This is exciting.
I think he's ready for a mocktail. That's
All
right.
right. Well, we're
Ready
gonna
for mocktail.
try two different types tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna do with liquor tonight.
Since I'm on a mocktail kick, we're gonna mock.
Okay.
But if you're not, I'm gonna teach you what else you can,
All right.
which is the beauty of it. So we got our shaker. Yep, grab our apple juice, grab our ginger beer, grab our lime juice, our lime. Yep, all that stuff.
Vegetation. Look at that. Oh.
Turn that cabbage on.
Fair enough, okay.
That looks pretty good there.
So if your cabbage looks like this, you're good turning it off at this point.
And that it's nice and soft, right? So no, everything looks to be pretty tender.
Yep.
You don't want too much crunch inside the egg roll because we have the carrot there to provide that for us, right?
Yeah.
All right, real quick, hash browns in a bowl. We're gonna steam in the microwave because
Oh.
it's quick and it's fast and
Okay.
it's easy. We need to cook these, okay?
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is I got a little bit of water in there, covered with plastic in the microwave. I'm gonna say we'll start with 1.5 minutes. I'd say 2 minutes probably is good enough. So we're gonna give it.
I would think you're gonna put those in the microwave with a little water, so I want to see how this turns out, I love it. I
Well,
would
we
think
gotta cook them a little more.
Right.
They're raw, you could throw them in there, but it won't be the same.
Right.
So this is the easiest, fastest way to do it. Can you take a potato and grate it on your cheese grater and do the same thing? Absolutely. This is a faster way to do it when you're making more than just one egg roll.
All right.
Because we're making one egg roll.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
if it's dinner.
so ginger simple syrup. Simple syrup, equal parts water to equal parts sugar, and then you're gonna add fresh ginger into it. I would grate it so it's nice and fine.
Okay.
And then you just bring it to a boil, reduce it maybe 7, 8, 10 minutes at the most. Let it cool. Add. We're gonna do ginger beer because again, something that has a little more fizz to it. Okay. So this one, 2 ways we can go. Tonight, we're gonna put brandy in ours because I feel like the brandy, the apple juice, and the ginger are gonna pair well together. Also something that's gonna complement the egg roll, right? So nothing that's gonna be too far out there. If you're not a brandy fan and you want to step it up some, you can go ahead and add gin. Now, gin's gonna add a different flavor to that, right? If you don't like gin, don't add it. It's that simple.
Go with the brandy.
Go with the brandy. This is gonna be a sweeter version,
Okay.
okay? This is gonna be more pungent, as we've seen over the episodes.
When Beth tastes.
Beth's favorite.
Okay, well, we're gonna give it a shot.
Well, I have a feeling you'll like the gin more than the brandy
I don't know.
for your taste buds.
Could very well be. We'll see. I don't really drink a lot of liquor, so to me, any of it tastes very heavy. I mean, like a lot of liquor.
Yeah,
I taste it.
if it was glass red wine.
That's
That
it.
is about the brand, the type of wine it is.
Yeah,
All right, so we're gonna
And I would know.
yeah, for sure.
need some lime juice here. And again, when juicing your lemons, limes, oranges, always press down, break up that meat, the flesh of the fruit, so that way it's juiced easily. So it makes it nice and simple to go ahead and squeeze in here.
I'm learning so much.
All these things he needed in college.
Yeah, seriously.
Look at that.
Has anyone noticed out there, we kind of changed our format, our coming soon for the cooking event. We would say 10 days, 9 days, we do a countdown. Just want to get some feedback, if you guys like that, if you think it's helpful. We kind of just change up our marketing a little bit to make sure that everyone knew when we were having these events for you. So let us know what you thought. If you have any suggestions, how we can do better, we'd love to hear from you.
Excellent. I just added another 1:30 to our hash browns. They're
Perfect.
fairly soft, not quite there yet, but almost. I don't have a jigger, but I know how to do this. 1.
Nathaniel says he needs those reminders.
Oh, good. We know everybody gets busy.
What's the count? 30?
Keep going. Keep
I don't know what it is.
keep
Oh,
going, keep going, keep going. All right, you're good.
it's the molecular structure. I don't know. What it is.
It was 30.
I don't know the science behind it. It just said 30 is the thing.
Henry says that the countdown keeps him in the loop as well.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
So we're not gonna fill it, and the reason I didn't add,
You don't add the fizz beforehand.
please don't add the fizz before.
Yeah, that's not a good.
That's-
thing.
I was wondering the same
I
thing.
knew you were
I
gonna-
had no idea.
I
Then
knew
you
you were gonna
get-
know.
Yeah,
Explosion.
You don't want, yeah, you
The
don't
fizz
want
comes
the
second.
eruption in your kitchen.
gotcha. Yeah.
Really make
lot
a
of
big
sense. Yeah.
A little more bubbly to top it off.
And we have to make it look good.
Voila. And there you two go. Give it a see.
So we're gonna have
Wow.
a cheers.
See what that is?
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
We're gonna try it.
That's really good.
That is good.
That's really good.
You really are tasting the brandy as much, I feel like. That really masks it a little bit.
No.
Pairs well, right?
Oh, yeah.
Pairs very well.
Excellent choice.
I'm feeling
What do you guys
Irish.
think about the mocktail? Did you guys try it without the alcohol? How did that taste tonight? Because we want to give everybody an alternative to drinking alcohol. So it's nice to have some choices. And we like to show you how to pair it in case you feel like throwing some in. But this is a
Absolutely.
good option. And not something I would ever drink. I don't think I would ever pick a brandy, so.
No,
Really
again, like I
interesting.
was saying, with the ginger beer and the apple juice, brandy is a nice complementary. It's not overly alcohol flavored, so pungent,
Absolutely.
but it has a nice smooth texture to it.
Yeah, really good.
It's not what I was expecting either. It's nice and light for like the weather we're having right now. too. It's really refreshing.
All right, I'm gonna turn up our heat a little bit on our sauce because we're gonna add our sugar. Not gonna add all of it, just some. And then we'll start and go from there. So again, we want to let this reduce down as we're rolling egg rolls. I went ahead and I started up our pot for oil, okay?
Yep.
What we're gonna need is a little container of water. All right, when we're rolling or when we're working with wontons, you gotta be mindful to the air exposure because they'll dry out very, very quickly. Okay.
Gotcha.
So you do want to be mindful to that. The water is to help seal, right? So there's a couple ways we can roll them. For these ones, we're gonna roll them like a traditional egg roll. You can make them a little smaller, and I'll show you how to make them a little more appetizer style. Corned beef. For those all you have pastrami at home, it's exactly the same but totally different. The difference between the corned beef and the pastrami is pepper covered, right? So it's crusted in pepper, so it's gonna have that pepperiness. Corned beef is a brined brisket that is then slow roasted, braised essentially.
Gotcha.
So we just need a bowl for that. So again, we want to be mindful to our egg roll, right? Our wrapper. What are we doing? So with this stuff, the beauty of this is your leftover corned beef.
Mhm.
Now we can create something else. Instead of just throwing it in the bowl and microwave it all day, we now get to have fun.
That'll be good to see because I don't eat a lot of corned beef, so it's not something I know it's good other than throw in the sandwich, right?
Once a year, right?
Yeah, once a year.
All right, so remember, we got to roll this up. How's it going to look? If we cut it as small as, I don't say as small as possible, but the smaller we dice this, the easier it is to make into the egg.
filling.
Mhm. So we're going to do a small dice, essentially, is what it will be. So it'll be the easiest to put a good amount in there and to be able to control all of those ingredients that we're adding to it. Right?
Yeah, makes sense.
How many people out there really cook with corned beef very often? I mean, it's probably just not a typical Wednesday night dinner.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna guess all one of you.
Yeah, at least, I mean,
At
that's
least.
probably.
And we only do it
just one.
in the season, like we only do it typically for, there's some people that enjoy it more, so they'll do it throughout the year a little bit, but it's hard to find throughout the year.
That would make sense.
That's a thing, right? So it makes it more difficult to be able to do.
Right.
But then, one, it's a long cooking process. Two, it's super salty.
It is, I know when we had it, we had some for the holiday as well, and it's a little more salty.
So, because it's brine, it's soaked in salt water,
Right.
salt sugar water essentially. And then you braise it, so all that salt's in the tissue of the meat, which then that's what it creates. The more salt you put in there, the saltier it is, right?
Absolutely.
And you don't know who's doing what, so you don't know the ratio of how that's made. You can do it, you're on your own, it's just a longer process.
Right.
So you just want to be mindful.
I think we have a question in the crowd over here.
Henry says he likes to buy it when it's on sale.
There you
Yeah,
go.
so Henry, when you make it, do you just traditionally braise it? Little bit of liquid in the pan, throw it, cover it, and let it roll? How do you do it?
We have 12 people on tonight from Trilogy at Verde River, so thanks for joining, you guys. I know Pat and Sue are on, Mary Ann is on, Ann, Beth, Carolyn, the list goes on. Thanks for joining, you guys. We really appreciate all of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love that.
You got a good group out
We
there.
do,
don't
we
I
do.
love it. Absolutely love it.
Henry says he eats it that way and he also smokes it.
Ooh, smoking corned beef, that's a different one. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah,
See
that
how it
sounds good.
goes. Again, when you smoke it, it's gonna cut out that salt, right?
Yeah,
So that's a big piece to it.
definitely.
Absolutely.
Okay, egg roll time. I got our pot on. It's going for our oil so we can fry. Okay, so mindful. This is the trick you want to know. Paper towel. Want to get this wet, damp. Okay.
So it creates nonstick.
This is for the egg rolls we're not using.
Oh,
Right. So I'll show you. As soon as we crack this open, we have to be quick and fast. Okay. You don't have to be furious with it, but the more air that exposed to this wonton wrapper, the more it deteriorates. So what I typically do is just get my working space set up, and I'll probably only do 6 at a time at the most. 4 is just as fine also. So
it's the air that deteriorates it.
because it dries so quick, like really quickly.
fast.
Yep.
Okay.
So the dampness from the towel is where I lay that over there and let it do its thing, right? So now we can build and we don't have to worry about, oh, we gotta hurry up, right? So that's a thing.
We got her.
Yeah, we gotta hurry up.
Beth, what are other ways that you can use corned beef in recipes?
I mean, corned beef hash and eggs, we have all the ingredients right here, corned beef and potatoes and eggs. Delicious.
Okay.
Again, corned beef is the traditional Reuben, not pastrami. So a lot of people think pastrami is a Reuben sandwich, but it's not. It's actually corned beef. So that's a big one. It's hard to say what else you can use it for because it's so distinctive of flavor. I mean, you can make a hash with it. So like corned beef and potatoes and for me, I'll throw green chilies and onions, fried potatoes in there, not just hash browns, but like cubed potatoes in it and make like an actual hash.
That sounds good.
Again, the Irish egg roll. Just
Yeah.
another way to use it. All right, so what we're doing here is we're setting them up. We're going to set them up in the diagonal so we can fold and roll.
Got it.
Okay, so like a burrito.
Makes sense,
Like
yeah.
a burrito. What do you want to do with this? So we want to make sure that we're not adding a lot of moisture into the egg. And we're adding some here, some here, some there, some there. But we want to make sure that it's not too much. So again, as we braise down that cabbage, it's dry in the pan. There's not a lot of moisture, right? Because we don't want to add that in here. If we add the moisture in here, it's gonna reflect when we drop it.
And fall apart.
Yep. So then all we're gonna do is build. We're gonna put a little bit of carrot. Carrot, because a nice crunch adds flavor. You can cook this as well if you wanted to. For me, I like that crunch factor. Grab our hash browns here. Potato there.
Lovely. So that was twice you had put it, you turned it on the microwave, right?
I did 3.5 minutes total.
3.5 total,
Yep.
okay.
A little bit of water, cover it. It's ready to go.
And they're soft now, they're.
Yeah,
okay,
they're al dente. So again, they're not mushy.
right, okay.
'Cause
So
we
that's
don't-
what we're looking for
Yep,
everybody.
we don't want it to be mushy. A little bit of cabbage.
It's traditional that you would get an egg roll at a Asian restaurant. What do they typically put inside? Is there a typical standard? A spring roll is mostly vegetable.
So
Cabbage.
and a spring roll and an egg roll is different because the wrapper is different.
Okay, good to know.
So this is a wonton wrapper, which is egg based, and then the spring roll wrapper is not egg based. So it's more just water, flour. Trying to think what the other ingredients is. But it's a spring roll is a lighter wrapper.
Okay.
Spring rolls typically are more vegetables. Spring roll is more Thailand, and then egg rolls more like Asian from China.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
Then we got a little bit of Swiss cheese here. And again, you don't want to go crazy with this, but you want to have
We
that.
are gonna have to
You want
create
to
an
have
egg
that flavor, and it'll roll up pretty.
Okay,
But again, this adds moisture, so we're trying to keep the moisture outside, right? All right, so then our water. Gonna do your edges. And if you can see, I don't know if we can show the camera, but you can see how these edges, Beth, feel that right
really
there?
dry.
See how fast that
Oh,
dries
yeah.
out? So that's why you want to be careful with it when you do it. Just want to be super mindful. So then we'll roll. What I'll do is I'll go past and I'll pull it tight. And then I'll be able to put the sides over as such, like a burrito. And again, keeping it nice and tight.
Wow, that rolled up nicer than I was thinking. It looked more full inside, like it was.
But and that's why we do it on the diagonal,
Mhm.
because that's why it'll roll up so nice like that. So again, just make sure there's enough water on here. One of my favorites to do with wontons is render some bacon down and then throw your jalapeno and cream cheese in it, like a jalapeno popper, and wrap it in an egg roll. Delicious. Firecrackers, I call.
Interesting. Always something you can do. How is everyone's egg rolls turning out? I mean, it looks like he's gonna make them look a lot better than I would probably make it.
Yeah, me too.
But how are yours turning out at home?
Well,
Love
again-
to see some photos.
So filling an egg roll is like filling ravioli. It's like making sushi. You gotta be less on the filling.
Right,
Have a simple amount of enough ingredients in there, but you can't overfill it, because once you do, good luck, right?
right.
So
Absolutely.
again, you pull it past and you tuck it the sides on, and then it just rolls right up like such. So you see how much that's curled up.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you gotta be careful. So you do a
So I
couple,
like the trick here. We're
a couple at a time, yeah, and it's staying.
hydrated.
Even if that pack was just open on the counter, those wonton wrappers that are right there on top, those are the ones that are drying out. And then it becomes more difficult for you to execute what you're trying to do. So
Absolutely.
if you go past, pull it back so it stays nice and tight. Side here, side there. And we're ready to go for the fryer.
Wow. Labor intensive.
That's why they have rollers.
And what's your heat on? What do you have your oil on? What temperature?
It's gonna be right around close to 350.
So I guess notice too, you only really have the oil about halfway up.
Get a palm skin. You can deep that fry if you want
You have
to.
one on for the grill.
Yeah, you can deep fry if you want to, but again, see how fast the process is?
So it's hot enough.
Yeah, too hot. So we'll turn it down. So we need a plato.
Dad, someone asked, can you air fry these?
So the answer's yes. Okay, you can air fry them. If you do, you're gonna wanna brush it with oil. Because if you do not brush it with oil, it will not crisp up for what it's looking, what you're wanting to, it will not happen. Just any vegetable oil. I wouldn't do olive oil, but any oil that's high temp. So vegetable oil, canola oil.
Lucy says she'll take two. Can we FedEx them over?
Yes. They're on their way. All right, so now. Full. So what we're gonna do is, where's your guys' keys?
Mine's right here.
Okay, now you're gonna taste the difference.
It was warm beer, now it's hot beer.
Boiling beer,
But a very different flavor.
way different,
Very different.
right?
It's less, I don't
Bitter.
know, bitter? I was gonna say bitter. Yeah, less bitter.
right? Is it sweet
Whoa.
enough?
Totally different.
I don't think it's sweet enough though.
All right, so more brown sugar.
Do you think it's sweet enough?
I think we need to add more brown.
That's
sugar.
what I think too.
Yeah.
That's what
Wow.
I'm thinking. Can I
That's
add
a game
with these
changer.
lumps?
Yeah, you'll be fine. It'll bring
It'll be
it.
fine, okay.
I'd add all of that right there.
All of that? Yeah, I felt like it was a little bitter.
And that you can add,
Jams? So like, again, sorry for not answering the question before. The jam and marmalade, jam is pressed fruit that's been cooked and thickened with no seeds in it. Preserves keep the seeds in it, right? Marmalade would be more like citrus because of the zest. So it's all the same but different, right? So strawberry jam has 0 seeds. Strawberry preserves have all the seeds. So
Gotcha.
that's how that works. We're gonna make a slurry, cornstarch and water. This is equal parts. What you're looking for here is like Elmer's glue.
Okay.
Now you get it, right?
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, so again, it's thin, but it's pasty, so
Yeah.
thick, right, at the same time. So if we were to let this set, it would kind of congeal. And
Yeah.
as we work with it right now, it's loose because of the water. So this is our slurry. This is what's gonna tighten up my sauce.
Gotcha.
So when we add our slurry, we want to make sure that it's at a good temperature like this. And we're gonna add a little bit at a time because it does thicken quickly. Did you see how much that thickened up in just that bit right there? Okay, so when we do add slurry, unlike roux, you make a slurry to thicken up a sauce. A roux, which is butter and flour, was to make gravy. You add slurries to your liquid to thicken them up. You add your liquid to your roux to create. Gotcha. So we're gonna add a little bit more here. And when we add our slurry, we're gonna want to continue to let it simmer for at least 5 to 10 minutes. And the reason being is if we were to pull it, if we were to thicken this, like, ooh, that's right. That's
It's
the
gonna get
consistent we want.
Thicker.
All you would taste is the cornstarch. So you have to cook that cornstarch out. You can see, we can tell on this spoon here, how much thicker that is. So
Right, than it was.
to coat the spoon, right? So it's still a little thin, but again, we're using it as a dipping sauce, right? So we don't want it to be thick to where it just clumps on. We just want it to lightly coat the egg roll as you dip it in.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm gonna add just a touch more. Because if you add too much, you'll definitely know it thickens and it thickens quick. So you can tell already how thick that's getting. Just by that little bit that we've added, right?
Absolutely.
So we're gonna let that simmer down a little bit. We're gonna let our egg rolls cool off here. I'm gonna roll a couple more egg rolls. If you wanna do a market update.
Let's do
Right
that.
now is
Let's do that
perfect
while we're
time.
talking about it. So I know a couple of you on here right now are trying to sell your home and it is challenging. No showings, slow showings, we don't get picked, your house isn't selling, you're lowering the price and it's still not selling. So for a lot of those reasons, this is a very frustrating time. But we are still seeing sales and we're working on strategies to make sure that we can lower the prices to undercut the competition so that we can close your home. And patience, a little bit of patience will go a long way in this market. Now, what happens when you're looking for new construction? New builders are actually offering great incentives, low interest rates, great buy downs for you. So there's a lot of options out there with the new home business. And there's quite a few sales agents tonight on our call, on our Zoom call. And they are having great success with those interest rates, motivating people to buy a new construction. So if you're looking to buy or sell, definitely call me. I'm happy to work with you and help you sell your home. And if you're in a trilogy or an active adult community, this is our time. The market's picked up and we have about 3 to 4 more months to sell in season. So let us know how we can help. All right, back to the egg roll. Alex is stepping in. He's got a.
I saw him
egg roll
standing
started.
around this whole show and I says, do you wanna cook
Participate.
or what? He's like,
I love
I've been
it.
dying to cook. I've been trying to help out, except you've been hogging the show the whole time and I was like, all right, I'll let you help me, my good.
All right, now we see a rookie roll one of those. Everybody's gonna see it firsthand.
Hey, that's all right, because on Let's Get Cooking, we'll teach you how to do it, right?
Exactly. I love that.
Cheese is next. Cheese, yeah. Perfect. It's perfect.
Not too much cheese. We don't want too much moisture, right?
Nope, just a little bit.
All right, Alex, you're gonna attempt the roll?
I'm gonna attempt the roll.
All right,
You got
let's
this.
do it.
There's no fire, so you don't have to
Here's
tuck
your
and roll.
Thank God.
All right, so we wet the edge a little bit here. All the way, all 4 edges.
So you get all 4 there.
Okay.
So one question that no one's asked yet, can you do this in advance? The answer is yes. If you do, you have to put more cornstarch on these so that way it preserves it a little bit better.
All right, because they're gonna dry out even more, just sitting.
And you'll have to cover it with plastic and make sure that it stays dry. It's best to do them the day of.
Right, makes sense. Now, you could get your ingredients ready though.
Absolutely.
You could definitely cut, chop, get everything ready. Could you saute your cabbage
Everything.
and then warm it.
Absolutely.
So you could just have everything ready and warm it up. All right, there's
Look at
Alex.
that.
That's not bad. I'm not gonna lie, that's not bad. We might lose a little here in the fryer, but so go pass and then pull it
Back.
tight.
Okay,
Pull back.
Yeah.
try that.
So-
Everybody trying that technique to make it tighter? All right, watch them do it, Alex. Everybody's gonna do it together. You're gonna see how you do
Yeah,
it.
how's it going for you guys out there? Are you having success rolling these things up, or are you eating a salad now?
I was gonna say they called payway and it's on the way, man. They're like, this is too much. So go past, and then as you pull it tight towards you, like on all the way toward that point is
Pull it towards.
a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. There you go. So just to where that point's like right at the bottom of your ingredients.
Mhm.
And
And
then
flip the sides in.
and then you can set it up like that.
Flip the sides in.
Chef Alice asked, can you mix all the ingredients together before putting it in the egg roll?
So yes, you can. The
Okay,
recipe is
That's pretty
mix
good.
it
I
all
think.
together. If you keep them separated, you're able to build it a little bit more
I'll take it.
effectively. So that way, again, you're controlling all the ingredients and how it goes in. So you can mix it all together. If you're not worried about some having more carrots than others, it really doesn't. It's easier. This way, it just helps you control the amount. So pretty much the casino effect, all of it has the same. All the muffins get the blueberries, right? So yeah,
That makes sense though.
Mix
'Cause if
it-
you mix it all in a bowl, you might get a clump of heavier on one thing versus another.
correct, right?
That
So
makes
that's why we just set it up this way, so it makes it a little bit easier. Right?
I like the idea that you could cut everything, have everything ready, and then just roll it that day and throw it in the pan. I think that's a great outfit.
What you do is you get your guests to come over and then you have them help you roll.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's teamwork in the kitchen right there. That's what I'm talking about.
And back to the roller.
Not bad.
Not bad, huh?
Not bad.
In the hang of it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, by your 50th one, you'll have it down. You'll,
Keep going.
you'll have it down.
You're doing great, Alex.
Thank you.
So how's everybody doing? Are you guys finished? Do we need to finish up that sauce for them so they can
It's-
make their plate?
No, we're ready to
So we
go.
should play one?
Yep, that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna toss these guys real quick. So we can make the plate.
Chef, what oil are you using to fry?
I'm using canola oil today.
That's a good question.
Do you have a preference?
Not necessarily vegetable or canola. They both have a pretty good burn temperature, so they're able to get really hot without burning the oil. So, I mean, olive oil and avocado oil, the burn temperature is so low, like butter. So once it gets to a certain temperature, it's just gonna burn. I believe both of these oils are 500 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. And then olive oil is less, like it's like 380 something, 385 or something like that. So
Look at the difference in color between these and the new ones, because you turned the
the
oil down.
temperature of the oil,
Yeah,
right? What
very
a
big difference.
world of difference. Yeah, and that's huge. So again, that's the whole difference in that. And I noticed that right away because how fast these were cooking.
Right,
Right.
just like that.
So again, in the air fryer, you can do it. They're not going to turn out like this because they don't get as crisp as this. If you brush them with oil, they will crisp up, but the wonton wrapper tends to dry out more than actually crisp up like the oil.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes you just got it
sometimes you
Like the
gotta
bullet
suck it
use on-
up and just fry it because it's really good.
better. Yeah, there's some dishes hard to beat.
Some that's no, there's no way.
Yeah, it doesn't even, no comparison.
Fried zucchini, not in the air fryer. Trust me, I've tried it.
Thinking whole, right?
Yeah, bowl's gonna be perfect. Yep. We'll keep it going. We got plenty more to do.
Oh, we're making more. We're continuing on while everybody else is done.
We got,
Alex is rolling.
we got plenty more to do. Production can't stop yet.
Alex will continue to roll while we play.
Perfect.
Fine, it's Alex.
You got it. 4 at a time here. Cabbage. What was your order? Corned beef, cabbage?
Yeah, it won't really matter, but just as long as you're getting your ingredients all pretty much equal in there.
I always love the presentation of the egg roll when you cut it in half on a diagonal and you lay it up like that. That is how it looks delicious because you can actually see the inside ingredients.
All the love inside there,
Mhm.
right?
Really great.
Instead of dipping, we're gonna go ahead and just ladle on like such to make a dish. Simple diamonds.
You need to press it out.
Simple, not too crazy. Again, just something like that really makes a world of difference, right?
Oh, show us pictures of what you guys cooked tonight. We'd love to see how yours looks. All right, and coming up Wednesday, April 29th, Chef,
We're gonna
crab
make
cake
crab cake
Benedict, which
Benedict.
honestly is one of my favorite.
One of my favorites.
Oh, love, love,
As soon
love
as
it.
I seen it a couple years ago, I said, absolutely, I'm adopting this. And then I says, this is a great Easter dish.
It is a great Easter.
Something different. You're tired of eating ham? I know, me too.
It's gonna be
This
a
is
little
something.
beyond Easter because this year Easter is like in a week.
It's in a week.
It's super close, but we're gonna make it so that even a brunch, a great family event, everybody getting together, it's a great dish. for
It's a
that.
great dish for it. It's light and it's very delicate, but it's super rich. Absolutely.
Well, we look forward to seeing all of you back here and enjoy your Easter. We know it's coming up and thank you for joining. I'm Beth Ryder and Chef Jude.
Chef Jude.
And thank you again.
Thank
Have a
you.
great evening.
Good night, everyone.